Hi, my name is Chelsea Love, and I am so excited to share with you today a sneak peek into chapter 4 of my debut book. Now, why would I do that? Sometimes the best life decisions make the least amount of sense. So, I'm so excited to share this with you today, and I want to talk to you about living victoriously. And it's not in the way that you might think. I talk about the story of Abraham. Let me tell you what living victoriously looks like. It looks like the story of Abraham. Abraham was promised from God to be the father of many nations. He had received that message and that promise several times, but yet now he's in his old age and unable to bear a child of his own with his wife Sarah. And then finally the day came, and now they have a son named Isaac. And an angel came to Abraham and said, I want you to sacrifice your son on a mountain. Your one and only son, the one thing you've been praying for, the one thing you've been waiting for, I want you to sacrifice him on a mountain. Why would God do that? I've been waiting. I could just hear Abraham. I've been waiting for this moment. Why do I have to give it up? But that wasn't Abraham's response. So there was a 3-day trek to get from where they were to the place of sacrifice. They had done this time and time before, so it's a 3-day walk up to this mountain. Abraham looks at his son and takes him and their other servants and other people with him on this trek. Well, Isaac looks up to Abraham. I guess he had been on the trek before, and he says, Daddy, where's the sacrifice? Let me show you what grace looks like. Grace would have allowed Abraham to look at his son and say, Son, you're right. We need to go back and get that sacrifice. Let's go. And because Jesus is sitting on the right hand of the Father, interceding for us, he's going to say, because of grace, he's going to say, you know what, Abraham, you get a pass on this one. This is too hard of a request. But guess what? I'm going to bless you anyways. You will still be the father of many nations, but we're going to give you a pass, and hopefully you'll get it right next time. Go, my son, I love you. That's what grace looks like. But let me tell you what Abraham did. Abraham looked at his son, and he said, God himself will provide a ram. And he took his son up to the mountain to sacrifice him. Now what happened? In that place, right before Abraham struck his son, over to the right, God provided an actual sacrifice, and Isaac's life was preserved. Was that moment for God to show how great he is and for him to test us? And was it a test, or really was it for Abraham? Was it for Abraham to now experience what it's like to live victoriously? What is victory? Victory is not in stuff. Victory is knowing God. Victory is not acquiring things. It's in knowing the one who created all things. It's in knowing that he is the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. And that every plan that he has for you is good. Even when you find yourself in situations that you don't even understand. You're walking up a mountain and you don't know what's ahead. You don't always have the answers. But you know and you trust and you believe that there is a God who sees, understands, and has a plan for you that goes beyond what you can understand. That is truly living victoriously. And do you know what Jesus and God are doing in the heavens when they see Abraham taking those steps, or when they see you taking those steps of faith? They are rooting you on. They're like, that's my boy. That's what I called you to be. I called you to trust me. And now Abraham, from that moment on, I'm sure he had just a testimony that he could never shake. Everywhere that he went, he had writ the promises of God on the tablet of his heart. He bound it around his wrist. He bound it around his neck so that he could remember what God did on that mountain that day. God kept him, and he will keep you. So why would we do that? Why would Abraham do that? The answer is, why would he not?